What up, though, guys? It's your girl, Zsa Zsa, and you are listening to Yeah, I Said It. And before I take it back, y'all already know I'm going to add more to it. Listen, I'm your girl, Zsa Zsa, your host with the most, Zsa Zsa Hubbard. Listen, tune in each and every Thursday at 12:30 as I expound, educate, entertain, and inform. As you all know, each and every Thursday, I say that we are in our right mind. We have the activities of our limbs. We ain't in nobody's jail. And when I tell you something, the activities of our limbs, being in your right mind and not being in nobody's jail or hospital is the most blessed that you could possibly be. And I know that sometimes we may feel like we are in a whirlwind of so much trauma and chaos. What's going on, Crystal? Listen, I want to encourage you all that it is a beautiful day in the neighborhood, like Mr. Rogers used to say. I don't know if y'all watch Mr. Rogers, but I used to watch Mr. Rogers. You know what I'm saying? So today we're talking about there is a thief among us. There is a thief among us. Listen, if you are tuning in, you're listening to Yeah, I Said It. Make sure you share this video, because sharing this video could save somebody's life. Follow me on Instagram, Zsa Zsa Hubbard, Facebook, Zsa Zsa. And listen, subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys. You know Zsa Zsa because you do. If you're tuning in, you're listening to Yeah, I Said It, and we're talking about there is a thief among us. So, as you know, growing up, some of us have been in situations where we have been the thief or we have been the one that has been robbed. And on two instances, we oftentimes have either been the former or the latter. And when you are the person who has been stolen from, you feel like you have been violated. You feel like you have been crossed. You feel like that there was some type of hit on you or where did this come from? And then if you're the person that's doing the thievery, you feel like you didn't hit a lick. You feel like that you've gotten over on somebody. You feel like, you know, you have won. You feel like that you got what you wanted. And depending upon what position you're in right now in your life, sometimes you could be the thief or you could be the one getting stolen from. And see, one of the things that I've learned about the enemy when it comes to our lives, and of course, you know, I'm all about relationship and not religion, but one of the things that I've learned is that one thing's for sure, two things for certain. What the devil meant for evil, God will always work it out for your good, especially when your intentions and your heart are pure. Now, I'm not saying it won't hurt, because it do. And I just want to say happy birthday to all those Leos out there, all those people celebrating anniversaries, because my birthday is next week. Hey, Leo season. But one of the things that I've learned is that the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. Steal is his first goal. Kill and destroy. So it's not enough for me to steal from you, but I got to kill you. It's not enough for me to just kill you. I got to destroy you. Because people will steal from you, steal your ideas, steal your limelight and your character. They will steal whatever they possibly think, whether it be physical things, materialistic things. They will steal your heart, and then they will kill it and destroy it. They will steal your swag, and then turn around and try to kill your character, and then destroy your name. There are people that are assigned to your demise. And no matter how much money you think you making, how much swag you think you got, how many friends you think you have acquired in life, how successful you think you have become, there is always an enemy seeking and lurking to see how they can destroy you. There are people, situations that are assigned to your children. There are people that are assigned to your spouse. There are people that are assigned to your business to come and steal, kill, and destroy. And if you're tuning in, you're listening to Yeah, I Said It, y'all already know. And before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. I am here talking about there is a thief among us. See, before we didn't know who the thief would actually be, because nobody walks around with name tags that says I'm a liar or I'm a thief or I'm a killer or I'm a robber or I'm gonna break your heart. Nobody walks around with a sign that says I'm bad with money, I don't make good decisions, I'm bad with my finances. Nobody walks around with these signs to educate and enlighten us on who we are connecting ourselves with. Nobody. Because if they did, then guess what? We would know to stay away from certain people, right? If you're tuning in, you're listening to Yeah, I Said It. I'm your host, Zsa Zsa, and we're talking about there's a thief among us. See, one of the things that I understand is that when you have a thief among you, they will do any and everything to get what it is that they want. Whether it be power, whether it be money, whether it be sex, greed, whatever it is that they are desiring to have, they are willing to utilize you, your family, your name as a casualty to get whatever it is that they are seeking or acquiring. And the thing about that is that you have to be very mindful and always be very careful. That's why, the Bible talks about always watching as well as praying. Sometimes the enemy will get you when your head is down and when your back is turned and when you think the smoke has cleared and everything is good to go. That is when the enemy will come in like a flood and boom, everything that you have built will go down in a flash off one decision. I was talking to one of my mentors and he was talking to my son the other day and he was saying, son, your life can change within 30 seconds. What's going on, Brandy? How are you? I need to get some of them cheesecakes, girlfriend, for my birthday, okay? But the thing about it is 30 seconds can change your life. 30 seconds. And if you're not careful within those 30 seconds of your decision, whether it be to have a certain phone call conversation, whether to give some information to somebody, whether it be to partner with somebody, within 30 seconds, the trajectory of your life can potentially change if you're not mindful, if you're not careful. See, right now, number 45 thought that he had the election in the bag. And because he thought he had the election in the bag, because he gave out all you Negroes and black and brown folks a little bit of stimulus money and a little bit of unemployment. And yes, don't get me wrong, I appreciate it. Thank you, number 45. Yeah, I said it, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. I am grateful for that extra income because it has allowed me to do some things that I was not able to do before. However, when people do certain things, they only do it to pull you in and gravitate you to them so they feel that they can utilize you as a pawn. But see, what you guys fail to understand is that Joe Biden, our next president, he stole the election back by adding Kamala Harris as his vice president because he knows that all of us are going to vote for her. And believe you me, I'm not voting for Joe. I'm voting for Sister Harris, okay? That's who I'm voting for. Now, if I got to get Sister Harris in office, I have to vote for Joe because that allows Kamala to have an opportunity to be a predecessor and actually become the first African-American woman female president. Now, I don't know about you, but we already elected our first African-American male president. And he wasn't able to do as much as we would have liked him to do because you got to understand something. This is a black man in a white man's position that has been held for decades on decades on decades. And the minute that he does anything that look Negroish, the minute that she does anything the minute that he does anything that's nearly blackish or Negroish, they already was dancing and hustling, and he had rappers all in the White House and had all the trappers in the White House. The minute that he does anything that could potentially make him look like the black man that he was, they were willing to hang him. See, what you all don't understand is, and I've told you all this in all of my videos, you don't understand that there's always a backdoor conversation within politics. It is what the media and people allow you to see, and it is also what is happening on the back end. And sometimes what's done in the dark comes to light. That's why a lot of things that are happening in this year, in this season, are shedding a lot of light on our government, on the politics that be. And see, what you have to understand is that there are some people that are willing to sacrifice this election. Now that he has put Kamala Harris on his ticket, that has ensured the black vote, which has been in limbo. Everybody's been trying to figure out if they're going to vote for Trump, they're going to vote for Biden, and then they throw this Chicken George fool, Kanye West, in the mix to steal the black vote. That's only a distraction. If you're tuning in, you're listening to Yeah, I Said It, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. I'm talking about there is a thief among us. Because what the enemy wants to do is steal, kill, and destroy. His first mission is to steal it. Then it's to kill it. Then it's to destroy it. And many times there have been situations in all of our lives where we felt like something was stolen from us and we want it back. How dare they steal from us? I remember moving into our house on Wisconsin in Detroit. And as we were literally moving in our house on Wisconsin in Intervale, there was a family that was robbing us as we were moving in. Literally, I'm a little kid and I'm standing outside and I'm telling my father and my uncle, this little boy just climbed through our window. And my uncle and my dad thought I was just being over dramatic, Zsa Zsa. But I wasn't. I was telling the truth, something that I really do. And I was telling my parents, it is a man and a boy climbing through our window. Do you know, literally as we were moving into our new home, they were taking our stuff and moving it out and taking it through the backyard, hopping the fence, going to their house. Literally, once my father realized that he had just moved some stuff in and it was gone, he finally decided to listen to me. Okay, yeah, I said it. And before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. He finally decided to listen to me, guys. And my uncle, my two uncles, my uncle Corey, which is Zeus, for those of you that don't know, my uncle Art, and my father, Kenny Lofton, they went around the corner on Kentucky, walked to the house that was directly behind us, only to see our stuff in the living room. Their kids was riding me and my brother's bikes in front of the house. So I'm going to tell you something about a thief. There are some thieves that are sneaky. Got to watch your back. They won't tell you they're a thief. They're going to sneak up on you, like I said in the beginning of this episode. They don't have a sign that says, I'm watching you to copy you. I'm watching you to steal your ideas. I'm listening to you so that I can develop my own personal opinion about you so that I can use it against you. Nobody's going to tell you their personal agendas when it comes to thievery. But then there are some thieves that are bodacious. They are bold. They come through the front door, they come through the back door, and they dare you to do something about it. That's number 45. Number 45 is the type of thief that will steal an election, rig election absentee votes. He'll rob the post office and have post office set on fire, just as if we were in the 1960s. Because see, what you don't understand is that these people that are governing our world come from a world that none of us really know anything about. Yeah, we read about it. We watched videos about Roots. Yeah, we read about Malcolm X. Yeah, we read about Martin Luther King. Yeah, we read about all of the historical leaders. John Lewis, may he rest in power. But what we don't understand is that there was a different type of life that these people that are over 60 lived. There's a different type of hunger and power and grassroots thought processes that these people have because they seen the struggle for their own two eyes. They saw the blood splatter. They seen the bombs and the hangings. They were part of the torturing. They were part of the people who had the hatchback trucks and the shotguns. They lived this life. See, some of y'all think y'all gangsters. And some of y'all think y'all so thugged out. And some of you chicks, y'all think y'all about it. But ain't nothing about it like a mother who has a burning cross in front of her house and has to protect her children because she wants to decide to be a voter and be a part of the election. See, there are people that are cutthroat. They're in our families. I got a cousin. She was willing to put me and my son out so that she could have a place to stay. She was willing to dog me out. What's going on, Sister Roberts Raylene? What's going on, beautiful? She was my own cousin. Family members. They are family members. And if you're tuning in, you're listening to I Said It, y'all already know. Make sure y'all share this video. We're talking about there are thieves among you. My own cousin. Same age as me. Grew up with me. was willing to sacrifice me and my child being homeless so that she can have a roof over her head, and she's single, no kids, no nothing, has the ability, propensity to get out here and do whatever it is that she wants to do. But because somebody gave me a chance and an opportunity, she didn't like it. And she was willing to knock me down to build her up. That's thievery. And see, you got to be careful about who the people that you consider to be very close to you and connected to you, because there are some people that are sponges. And what does a sponge do? A sponge soaks up the moisture that's left behind. There are some people that are sponges in your life that is soaking up the information only to use it against you. I had a situation that happened to me earlier this week, and when I tell you I was livid, and for those of you who are Leos and those of you who know about when you get upset, or those individuals who understand the power of your temper, she almost got me to be Joy Rose Zsa Zsa. She almost did. Almost. I almost went Joy Rose Zsa Zsa. But the spirit said, no, sis, calm down. Calm down, sis. My brother, he called me collect, and he said, you know, sis, this is what you're going to have to deal with if you are continuous to climb. You're going to be climbing to higher heights, and there are going to be some people that are not going to be okay with your climb. There are going to be some people that are not going to be okay with your success. There are going to be some people who are not going to be interested in the new Zsa Zsa. They're going to be interested in who you used to be. And they will keep you there because they can't see you growing any further. They want to keep you there. And because they want to keep you there, they don't want to see the growth and the ability that you can potentially go. And that goes the same thing for you. See, the thing about it is that our presence, the black man, the black woman, these little black children we have created, we are so powerful as an entity and as a race that they are willing to take a black woman and make her the vice president just to get our vote. You got to understand something. Right now is the most powerful time to be black. We are in a revolution, people. We are in a revolution to create a revelation for the next generation. And if we're not careful, we'll be too busy popping bottles, getting a Neho, getting chains and Cardis, and getting Balenciagas and Yeezys and the sweet shirts, and we don't have no properties to buy, no land to acquire. We'll keep being the consumers and not the actual investors. That little money that you making, that little guap that you showing off, them bundles that you got in your head, did you take that money and go buy you a business? Did you take that money and go get a lot, a land, a building, a house, a 2-family flat, an apartment building? Or did you just go and make the white man richer? Yeah, I said it. And before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. Because I'm tired of Satan's devices to make us ignorant. To make us continue to be the bottom feeders. We had millionaires, billionaires that look like you and me. But here it is, you walking around with hundreds of thousands of dollars in your pocket, but you don't have a pot to piss in. You renting. Yeah, I said it. And before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. At the end of the day, you're absolutely right, Crowns on Wellness. We need producers versus consumers. Because all y'all keep seeming to do is make more people rich. Why black people ain't came out with a white tea company? Y'all buy all the white teas. Every time I turn around, I see somebody buying a white tea out the gas station. Ain't no black person came out with a white tea company yet. I just seen a black girl. She came out with some luxury do-rags in California on Beverly Hills Boulevard. And when I tell you I can't wait to go to LA next week, because I'm going to buy me and my son some do-rags. Because why is it that we're always buying it, but we're never the ones producing it? Where they do that at? And that's how they can steal and kill and destroy. Because if I can keep you blinded, if I can keep your money in my pocket, I can keep you at the bottom where they think we belong. But I don't know about you, but I belong at the top, the very top. And unfortunately, this climb, whoo, This climb to the top is treacherous, y'all, but it's worth it. Because when you get to a level of success, you can look at how far you've come. As a single mother raising a 17-year-old child, I look back at how far I've come. As a woman that lost her hair, lost her home, lost her business, lost her car, lost her man, lost everything, lost her leadership positions, lost her job, and damn near lost her mind. Yeah, I said it. And before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. I'm talking about there's a thief among us. I lost everything. I lost my mama, my daddy, my brother. In a matter of a short period of time, the enemy didn't have no breaks for me. He kept his foot on my neck. I felt like Creed in the dang on ring, fighting for my life. And every time I had the mitigated audacity to stand back up, the enemy knocked me back down. And in my mind, you know what the enemy was saying? Stay down. Don't get back up. Don't nobody want you to succeed. Don't nobody even like you. Don't nobody want you around. They think you're loud, wild, ghetto, ratchet. They don't even know how intelligent you are. They don't even know how influential you are. They don't even know how much you're going to make a difference. So why should you get back up to fight for these people? And the thing about the enemy is he'll steal your mind first. He'll get in your mind. He'll get in your thought process. He'll make you feel worthless. He'll make you feel like ain't nobody listening to you. Ain't nobody paying attention to what you're trying to do. You're not making no difference, because that's what the enemy wants to do. He wants to get into your mind first, destroy your thought process. Look what he did to the slaves. Here it is. We are in our own country, our own continent. They tried to make it seem like Africa was this horrible place to be, where babies had big stomachs and flies were all on you. But we didn't even know that that was the enrichment place where everything comes from: diamonds, gold, oil. They wanted to keep us away from that continent for a reason. They wanted us to make it seem as if being African American or being African is a hard thing to be. A horrible person to be. Hate your black skin. Hate your nappy hair. That's what they wanted us to do and be. But I am here to tell you, yeah, I said it, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. You have to understand who you are and whose you are. Now, I'm not going to force religion down your throat, because I ain't got a heaven or hell to put you in. But I do want you to understand how important it is to have a relationship with God, the Almighty, the Creator. Whoever it is that you want to call him in your life. To me, he is God. He is a protector. He is amazing. He is the love of my life. He is everything to me. Because I know that when I did not have nobody, family, friends, all I had was God. And that was the place where he wanted to put me. He wanted me to be in a place where I did not depend on nobody to make me successful. Because believe you me, I was around all the right people. I still am. I know the governor. I know the lieutenant governor. I'm 2 seconds away from knowing all the other people that I need to know. And it's going to manifest. Because I speak those things that are not as though they were. And I'm working to get there. I'm not just sitting there talking about Numre Gay Kyo and hoping it's going to fall into my lap. But you got to understand, if you're tuning in, you're listening to Yeah, I Said It. And before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. Make sure y'all share this video, because you can save somebody's life. And at the end of the day, you got to understand how they wanted us to operate as a country. How they wanted us to operate as a people. They don't want us to be great. They don't want us to be phenomenal. They want us to be dependent upon them. And not only that, but you got to understand that the 7 deadly sins will keep you hindered. It'll keep an obstruction on you. It'll make you fall back 10 steps. You want to know why you're falling back 10 steps? I'm going to tell you why. Wrath, envy, pride, gluttony, greed, slothfulness, lust. These are all the things that hinder us black folks. Wrath. We want to take matters into our own hands. We want to get the vengeance. We want to get back at the person who hurt us. Let me tell you something. If I had to get back at some of these people that done me wrong, y'all would be like, dang, Zsa Zsa done took everybody out. Because if I had to get back at the people who lied on me, blatantly lied, like they formulated a word, said it, and then it became lies. Took advantage of me, stole from me, tried to kill my character. If it was up to me and my wrath, oh, it would be some people that would be straight up taken out of here. Friends that crossed me. If I had to decide that I was going to take matters into my own hands, some of your favorite people would be out the game. Yeah, I said it. And before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. Because they ain't got a heaven or hell to put me in. And I stand on my own 2 feet with my own 2 words. Yeah, I said it. Then on top of that, the envy bug. I want what you got. I'm not going to work for what I want. I want specifically what you have. I want your shine. I want your influence. I want your nose, your lips, your skin. I want your swag. I want your woman. I want your man. That's envy. You ain't saying I want to go out here and get my own, or the fact that you inspire me to do better, to be better. I might not have my business right now, but I see you doing it, girl. And listen, you motivate me to get out here and do it. Not, I want her bakery. I want her man. I want his woman. That's envy. And if you're not careful, envy will take you out of here. And you become obsessed with somebody else's life because you ain't focused on your own life. You might want to be careful looking at somebody else's plate because you don't know what it took for them to get there. People envy. They didn't know what I had going on under this wig. Not knowing that I'm out here bald head, scallywag, ain't got no hair in the back. Yeah, I said it. And before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. Dealing with my own self-esteem and beauty issues. And here it is. Now I am able to stand on my own 2 feet and talk to little girls and women about the power of beauty, not only on the outside, but in the inside. Because your character, your integrity, that matters just as important as your outside beauty. There's some girls out here that are gorgeous, but their attitude is stanky and their vagina smell just as bad. Yeah, I said it, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. It's some girls out here that look beautiful, but they dumb in the head, but they know how to sex you up and down. I'm talking about there's a thief among us. Because in order to get to kill and steal and destroy, they have to find your weakness. They have to find the thing that makes you quiver at night. They have to find the thing that holds most dear to your heart. And if you're not careful, you will wear your heart on your sleeve and you will operate in feelings and in emotions, and you won't think about what you're doing. You won't think about the strategy. It's not enough to think about the strategy of how you're going to get money and how you're going to stack your bread and how you're going to move this weight and how you're going to do this and how you're going to do that. No, you got to be just as strategic about your life as you are about your money, black man, black woman, about your personal development and growth for your family, black man, black woman. It is imperative that you put just as much effort and time into what it is that you know you're supposed to do for you. You know you dealing with some mental illness. You checking out of here. You thinking crazy. You thinking suicide. Then you know it's time to reach out to somebody. Hey, I need a lifeline. But to act like ain't nothing going on, that's what the thief will do. The thief will make you think you shouldn't talk to nobody. Deal with your secrets by yourself, because don't nobody care. Let me tell you something. I've gotten some of the best advice from strangers. I go sit at a table and I just start talking to somebody. And before you know it, we become acquaintances. And next thing I know, this person could potentially help my life. But because I opened my mouth and I decided to talk, I helped them, they helped me. See, one of the things that I have learned in life is that you never know. Somebody could be going through a situation that is worse than yours. I never forget I was homeless and I was living in an extended stay right in Southfield. And I didn't have enough money to stay another day. And I ended up talking with the manager. She ended up extending her courtesy and her faith to me and my son and my sister. And as I was walking out, it was a woman, and I only had a little bit of money. And this woman had just extended her faith and her love toward me and my family. This girl had already got kicked out. Her and her kids didn't have nowhere to go. I gave her my money. And I'm not saying this to say my good deed. I'm saying it because this was years ago. But I'm saying this to say I got extended some grace and some mercy. So I extended my grace and my mercy. I could have walked right past the girl like, girl, I'm praying for you. You know how we do. Girl, I'm praying for you. Girl, I'm praying for you, girl. They ain't praying about nothing. They praying for your demise. But I saw the desperation because I had that look as a mother, not knowing how I'm going to take care of my child or my children. Because at that point, Marshawn, my sister, was my child. My mother was dead. So all she had was me. Her father didn't step up to the plate and say, hey, y'all all come to my house. This is what we gonna do. This how we gonna do. That is why it's so important for men to be men and leaders. Whether you gonna be gay, straight, bi, I don't really care. I ain't got a heaven and hell to put you in. And your penis is your problem. But what I do need for you to do is I need you to be the men to lead these families. Because this is one of the reasons why Satan got kicked out of heaven. Whether it be a fictional story or whether it be true. Regardless of the fact, he got kicked out of heaven because he wanted to be God. Thievery. I want your job. Envy. I want what you have. And then you have what you call pride. There is nothing wrong with me. I am okay. Knowing good and well that you are broken inside. Some of you are so broken and you just keep making other people broken. You keep spreading your brokenness and you make it seem like you okay, but you really ain't okay. You're broken. You're hurting. You are bleeding internally. And I know about bleeding internally because I was bleeding internally. And I became an angry black woman. And I became harsh and thrash. And my words were brash. And my words were ugly. I was saying things that were not even who I was. But because of all the things that had happened to me, I was so prideful. I didn't want to seem like I didn't have it all together. In actuality, I was holding on by the hairs of my chinny chin chin. And I don't even have any hairs on my chin. So I really wasn't holding on to nothing. And the thing about it is that you have those people who are gluttony. You want to know why you haven't been able to move forward. Because you eat because you're depressed. Or you don't eat because you're depressed. Or you eat because you got the money to do it. And here it is physically. You can't even keep up with your kids because you're not in the best shape. You black men, you black women, you'll go to the club before you go to the doctor. Where they do that at? I told y'all, my doctor, Dr. Patricia Sevanowski, she's in Hazel Park. She's a family doctor. She deals with the man, the woman, and the children. I suggest you go sign up. Or if anybody wants to recommend some physicians or family doctors, please add them onto my page. Because y'all need to check up on yourselves. It's not just enough to be out here getting COVID tests. You need to make sure your blood pressure is regulated, your heart rate is right. You got to make sure your eyesight is good, your teeth ain't about to fall out. My brother, he just so happened to find out that he had a hole in his heart by getting into an accident. Just imagine if he didn't know he had a hole in his heart, it could have got bigger. Next thing we know, my brother is dead because he didn't have a heart attack or a heart murmur or regular heartbeats. But because we ignored certain things and we think, oh, I'm just going to eat away. I'm going to eat the way I want to eat because I got the money to eat. I'm eating steak and lobster and shrimp, and I'm eating my hamburgers and my hot dogs and my Taco Bell and my McDonald's and my Wendy's, not knowing that you are killing yourself. You are literally eating your way to death. And you don't even realize it because it tastes good because they didn't put the MSG on it. And now you can't get it out your system because that's what they want you to do. You want you to be an addict, a crackhead for food. I got to have the cookies. I got to have the chips. I got to have a pop. I got to. My bishop say, I can't help it. And the thing about it is that not only is gluttony one of them, but greed. Some of us just don't have enough. We don't have enough and we want more, we want more, we want more. Number 45, greed. I want more, I want more, I want more. There's more to get and I want it. I want it. Anything that I can get, I want it. I want to take it. I want to have it. I gotta have it. Some of us are so greedy. We don't want to share. We don't want to share information. We are greedy. We want everything to ourselves. No, this is mine. And see, although I have one child, I was determined for my son not to be selfish. Because most children that grow up in most children that are just one child, they grow up to be selfish and greedy and have that only child syndrome. But because I also raised my sister, it was almost as if his auntie was his sister. And on top of the fact that you had 5 aunties and 3 uncles, you kind of could not get away with not sharing in my household. Okay? We had to share. It was inevitable. So I enforced that he share. And some of us are raising children to be just as greedy and evil as us. And then what will we have? A future where our children only think about me, myself, and I? Greed is one of the worst hindrances of our culture, of our race, because we want to get more than the next person. It is an ability where we all can live good. All of us can live good. I watched the movie the other day, The Banker, and I suggest that you go watch it if you haven't seen it. It's a really, really great movie. It's called The Banker, and Samuel L. Jackson is in it. This white guy's in it, and this black guy that's very famous in a lot of movies. I can't think of his name, but nevertheless, The Banker. It's a great movie. What's going on, Monty? It's a great movie. It's a great movie, and I suggest that you watch it. And I'm going to tell you why you need to watch it. Because what it showed is the pigmentation of African Americans and how intelligent we can be if we just use our brains. Not smoke our brains out with weed. Not drink our kidneys and livers to death with Hennessy. Not get all the sex and freakiness that we could do till we can't think of nothing freaky to do no more. Yeah, I said it, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. We're talking about there is a thief among us. Make sure you share this video. Make sure you share this video because it could save somebody's life. See, a lot of us are so greedy, we don't even understand that our greed affects the next generation and how we project our lives at this very moment. Right now, it is historical. I mean, when I say historical, this is the most revolutionary season of our lives. But one of the things that I love about God is that God is a redeemer of time. He's not a redeemer of seasons, my nephew says. He's not a redeemer of seasons. He's a redeemer of time. And God will give you back the time that you lost. There are some men out here that are 50, 60 years old. They still look good, baby. They look like they're in their 20s and their 30s. And I see y'all 50-year-old men out there looking real good, looking like a snack. Then in some of you 20-year-olds, y'all look like some crackheads. Y'all here sniffing paint, snorting coke, drinking lean, looking like a fool. A whole fool. Yeah, I said it, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. And then you want to know why the young ones are dying off, because we ain't taking care of our bodies like the older generation. The older generation, unfortunately, is surviving, but see, COVID took them out, which was a plan. It's a pandemic. They planned this. They planned to do it this year. They planned to operate it and do it the way that they did. The only difference is that they didn't anticipate for it to do it and expand where they could no longer control it. But see, one of the things is that people will put fear in your life to make you believe, and this is why it's so important for me to get on a platform for media, because media will tell you what they want you to know, not what you need to know. Media has the ability to give you a story and you not know all the facts, but whatever it is that they told you in that very moment, that's the information that you take and you run with it. I remember I used to talk to my mama and my grandma. They would be on the phone because my mama and my grandma, they talked every day. God rest in power, my grandma Carol and my grandma Liz, my G code. I miss them so much, y'all. But that's what the enemy does. He comes to kill, steal, and destroy. But my mama and my grandma, they get on the phone and they talk about the news stories. And I will always say, do y'all even know these people? Do y'all even know what really happened? This is what the people want you to think that happened. And I know such and such. And that's not what the streets are saying. That's what the media wants you to believe. But that ain't what the streets are saying. And you know I keep my ear to the streets, okay? I keep my ear to the streets. I don't care how far I get in corporate life. I don't care how far I get in my political aspirations. I don't care how far I get into media. I don't care how famous I will become. I don't care how much of a celebrity I will become. I will always keep my ear to the streets. It may not always be me, but I'll have people in place to keep my ears to the streets. And if you knew better, you do better and keep your ears to the streets. See, some of us, we get so high and mighty, we get our titles and our suits and our business suitcases, and we get a little bit of clout, and we forget where we come from. And we only want to deal with certain people. You know, I call them the mean girls. Oh, you can't sit with us. I never wanted to be a mean girl. Because there are some people out here that they don't understand how powerful they are. And then there are some people who are slothful. They're lazy. They think that stuff is just supposed to happen for them, that blessings are just supposed to fall in their lap. They eat away all day. They lounge around all day. They get up in the afternoon as if they just don't have nothing to do because they don't have no type of aspirations. And then they create children that are lazy and slothful, and they have no desire to do nothing or be nothing in life but sit around, eat, and watch TV all day. No, turn that TV off. Get up early. Walk around the block, the neighborhood. Exercise. Listen, progress, not perfection, but get up and do something. Because if you're not careful, you're going to raise the same lazy child that you have become. Slothful, lazy, lackadaisical, callous, don't care about nothing, nobody. Just living. You're angry, you're frustrated about how life has treated you a bad deal, but pick up those cards and do what you can with what you have until you can do more than what you had. Slothful. You get up and you think that the world is supposed to fall into your lap because you are who you are. I know about it. My mom, she used to wake me up and she would say, everything happens in the morning. And I'd be like, girl, get out of my room. And it's so funny because I make my son get up every morning and he gets upset. He's mad, but you know what? I don't care. Yeah, I said it. Before I take it back, I'm gonna add more to it. I'm not raising no lazy black man. Get up. When I get up, you getting up. I'm going to give you 30 more minutes to get you a little nap in, and we getting up. As for me in my house, we getting up. But I never understood why my mama used to make me get up until now that I've become a woman and a mother, and I've matured and grown in life. Because if you're not careful, you'll have a whole day pass you by, and when it's time for you to try to take care of your business, places are closed, people are gone. Everything happens in the morning. Big money is talked about in the morning and on the golf field and late night meetings at the cigar places. But if you're not careful, you won't know what's going on because you laid up in the bed watching TV, Netflix and chilling. You Netflixing and chilling. And you don't know what's going on in the world because you want to Netflix and chill and get your anejo on and your Hennessy popping and you want to see some booty cheeks flapping and you want to sit up here and lay up in the house all day. You want to get your hair and your nails done. You want to look important, but you ain't important. Yeah, I said it. And before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. We have grown so far away from customs and traditions. And don't get me wrong. There are some customs and traditions that we need to break. Some things are just stupid. I look at some things and people say, well, this is how we do it and this is customary. Well, it's stupid. Yeah, I said it, and before I take it back, I'm adding more to it. This is a custom, this is a tradition that we don't need, and it is hindering us as a people. There are some customs and some traditions that we do need to break because all it has done is caused more generational curses than it has caused blessings. And the thing about it is that when you learn that you want to win, you learn to stay out of the way. When you want to win, you learn to stay out the way. I was talking to a neighborhood friend of mine, and he had posted on his Instagram story all this money that he had, and, as the money went down his arm, and, and I just thought to myself, are you trying to get killed? Because you posting it makes people envy you. It makes people want your life. And all it takes is one bullet to take you out and rob you. Look at all the black men that have been killed and robbed. And it's always somebody that's close to them that mysteriously doesn't get shot when it comes down to thievery. We're talking about there's a thief among us. And it wouldn't serve me any purpose or due diligence if I did not say something. Because I had to say something. Yeah, I said it, and before I take it back, I'm adding more to it. I've always been a person that had to say something. I don't know why God made me like this, but he just did. And instead of me ignoring it, I went into his inbox. Because we got to be careful of how we approach certain situations. I went into his inbox and I said, yo, don't make yourself a target to unwanted attention. You can always be seen and still show your growth by doing things that show your growth. You don't always have to be seen showing it, but you can show it and be seen by showing your growth. That very money, that money you got all across your arm, and that chain that you showing, and them Cardis you done took a picture in. Do you have life insurance? That's always my first question, especially to those that are in the game that's living this real reckless life. Do you have life insurance? Because in the event that somebody kills you, what's going to happen to your children? Your baby mama, now she's struggling. Now she got to find another man in the streets to take care of her and your kids, who could potentially be raped, abused, because them ain't his kids. Them somebody else's kids. So I had to inform this young man that you can still look like a boss. You can still be a boss if that's what you're trying to show. You can still be a boss, show you a hustler, but show it in a different way. We got to change some of these traditions of, in order for me to look like I got money, I got to have a chain, and I got to have Cardis, and I got to have bundles, and I got to have these little fluffy, ugly flip-flops that you girls are wearing. Yeah, they're ugly. You got to walk around with a bonnet on your head. You look ratchet, ghetto. You look like a hood rat. Ain't nobody told you, but I'm going to tell you. Go outside with some class. You ain't got to walk around with no bonnet on your head. You in the grocery store shopping with a bonnet on your head looking like a fool. You look foolish, young ladies. Walking around here with this old wrestling bodysuit. Put a blazer on with it. Jazz it up at least. You look crazy. You got a bonnet on your head, a whole wrestling bodysuit, and some fluffy flip-flops. You look crazy. Yeah, I said it. And before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. I know y'all probably like, dang, she just went in. I did. And I'm going to continue to go in until our people learn to grow out of some of these ignorant traditions and some of these ignorant customs that we have become acquiring to wealth. Cardis does not insinuate that you a boss or that you got money. Because I know a lot of people who got Cardis and they are being taken care of by their girlfriends. They living in their girlfriend house, rocking Cardis and a chain. They driving a girlfriend car, rocking Cardis and a chain. Black man, Cardis and a chain is not equivalent to you being a man. And I don't know where this Detroit custom came from that makes you a boss because you got Cardis on. Be a boss with a building. Then come talk to me. Yeah, I said it. And before I take it back, what I'm going to do? Brandy, what I'm going to do? Tell him, Brandy. Tell him, Monty. Tell him, Crowns on Wellness. What am I going to do before? Listen, yeah, I said it, and before I take it back, what am I going to do? I'm going to add more to it, because there's always more to be added to the situation, because I want y'all to be better. Share this video. It'll save somebody's life. Because if you plan on winning, you got to learn to stay out the way. You got to learn to stay out the way. I told one of my mentees the other day, silence can never be misquoted. People can't say you said nothing if you ain't saying nothing. Some of y'all talk too much. Y'all showing every move that you make. I bought this. I got this. I went here. I'm doing this. I'm not telling nobody nothing till I drop it. Right now, y'all looking at some apparel that is getting ready to come out come the fall. But y'all didn't hear me talking about it. Now you see it. It's on me. It's on my back. You will be able to order it very soon. Okay? And a young black man designed this for me. But see, some of you all are dispersing your moves like the bank is giving out cash. And then you want to know why you got a target on your back. Then you want to know why people hate it on you. And one of the things that I've also learned with that being said is that you can move in silence and still be loud. You can move in silence and your presence will still be loud. See, one of the things that I have learned and what this week has taught me, I can make all the right moves, do all the right things, and somebody is still going to hate. They are still going to hate. They are still going to have a problem with what it is that you do, whether it's making the community better, whether it's being a good father to your children, whether it's being a great mother and an entrepreneur. Somebody is always going to find a reason to dislike you, hate on you. They are always going to find a reason. Let me tell you something. Those are the very people that are going to be used as a stepping stool to your elevation. My Bishop J. Zsa, he says you use your haters as your elevators. The Bible says you have to use your enemies as a footstool. And if you don't know what a footstool is, it is an instrument, a piece of equipment that you stand on in order to elevate yourself to get to something that you could not reach while you were flat-footed on the ground. And some of you are more consumed with your enemies than you are with your blessings. My brother, when he called me collect, and he told me, he said, sis, there's more people that love you than it is that hate you. And if you focus more on the people that hate you, you can't focus on the people that love you. See, I had to put my perspective, my 2020 vision, y'all. It's 2020. I had to put my 2020 perspective and my goggles back on because I had to think about, oh, okay, I get it. You have identified yourself as a hater. You've been a hater, but now you really have identified yourself as a hater. So now you've been marked. Okay, got it. Okay. So now, because I've identified you as who you are, now I can get back to the real business. Because 10 years, 20 years from now, you still going to be doing the same thing. That's one of the things that I love about growth and maturity. You start looking at certain situations for what they really are. You start looking at people for what and who they really are. I can't be mad at you for you being a hater. I can't be mad at you for you being envious of me. That's a personal issue. You take that up with God because all blessings, all elevation and promotion comes from God. So if you mad at what God is doing in my life right now, what you gonna do when he changed the trajectory of my life a year from now, a month from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now? You gonna die. If you hate me now, you gonna hate me forever, ever. Yeah, I said it, and before I take it back, I'm gonna add more too. If people hate you now, and you are living the bare minimum, you are still struggling, you are still dealing with issues, you are still dealing with challenges, and you still are having people hate on you and cause obstructions in your life, they are going to have a whole heart attack when they find out where God is getting ready to take you. But you got to stay the course. You cannot become distracted because, again, I said there's a thief among us. That's what I'm talking about today. There's a thief among us. And what did I say that the thief comes to do? Kill, steal, and destroy. If I can steal your mindset, I can distract you. See, I got distracted at 17. I was headed to the top. I still am, but I got distracted. And see, the enemy wants to distract you as a woman, you as a man. He wants to distract your children. It is up to us to be paying attention to how we move every second, every minute, every hour, every day. We have to pay attention to how we move. Because how we move is predicated upon how our future is going to operate. How I move, I had to learn to move a certain type of way because my son is attached to my name. My son is my legacy. My son is a seed that's going to carry other seeds. And if I move a certain type of way that contradicts everything that I want him to be in the future, I messed everything up. So I had to learn that some people don't matter no more. Some people's opinions don't matter no more. How you feel about me, boo? I don't care. Take that up with God. The Bible says pray for your enemies, so I've been praying for y'all. Yeah, I said it. And before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. Because I had to learn that at 17, I got distracted. I got distracted with alcohol and being a senior and wanting to party and being grown because I wasn't grown. I was still a kid. And some of our kids, they think they grown because you have allowed them to stray so far out in the world that they think that they have the mitigated goal to think that they are actually adults out here. Your kids have bundles down their back. They wearing lipstick. They walking around here like they grown. My son, he knows yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir. I'm sorry, did you say something? He already know. Yeah, I said it, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. I'm talking about there's a thief among us. Because when you understand that there are distractions in your life, you also understand there are instructions. And when you follow instructions, it'll save your life. See, when you become distracted, it's like a person who's on Google Maps and GPS, and you say, Google Maps says, hey, go here, go to the left. And you're like, ooh, look at that over there. And then you get in an accident, or you become distracted, and now you're going over the speed limit, or you driving and you get a text message, and now you're paying attention more to the text message than you are the road. Distractions, and now you done hit something or somebody, and now you like, oh man, what did I do? There's a thief among us. Be mindful of the distractions. I always ask God, why is this person in my life? Why are they around? Well, who sent them? And he'll always show me. He'll always tell me. Let me tell you something. I have a straight one-way communication with God. I talk to God and acknowledge him about everything. How I move, who I date, how I operate as a mother, how I operate as a businesswoman, how I operate as a mentor, as I operate as a community advocate and leader. I commune and communicate because I want to be better than what I once was. And see, when you understand that there are distractions in your way, you learn to ask God to remove those distractions. Because I'm going to tell you something. When you have a calling and a purpose on your life, if you don't remove the distractions, God will remove the distractions for you. I wanted my family. I wanted me and Tayshawn's dad to work out. We honestly really wanted to make it work, but he was a distraction. He could not go where I was going. And because he could not go where I was going, God took him out my life, and he had somebody that was close to me take him from me. Thank you, girl. I appreciate you. You did the very best thing to me that I could ever do. And I'm going to send you some flowers one day. And they're going to come from me. And I might add some chocolates, depending on how great I feel on that day. But what I thought I lost, I actually gained, because what I wanted was not what I needed. And sometimes you think you need something, or you think you want something, but it's a want. It's not a need. It's not necessity to your livelihood. It's what you want to have. I don't need bundles. I can walk around here bald-headed if I wanted to. And I'm going to still be the same Zsa Zsa that I was with the bundles. We want the chains and the jewelry and the money. I love you, son. Have a great day at practice. I wanted something, but it wasn't what I needed. And sometimes we will get distracted by what we want and not what we need. Some of us want power, but we don't need power right now because we're not mature enough to handle it. There are some young people that I would love to see be put in places, but because their mindsets are not ready for it yet, they could destroy it before they even get it. So I want you to understand something in this season. Be mindful of the thieves that are in your life. The enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And if he can steal it, he'll kill it and he'll destroy it for it to not return again. Listen, it's your girl, Zsa Zsa. Make sure you share this video, guys. Sharing this video could save somebody's life. You are listening to Yeah, I Said It. And before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram, guys. Listen, I am super, super, super grateful. And if you want to be a guest on my show, or you want to advertise with us, because we getting ready to add commercials. Y'all ready to have y'all business slide across the screen or insert, and I can be talking about, yes, welcome to such and such and such and such and such and such. Y'all know I got the voice for it, right? That's another coin, but that's nor here nor there. But listen, if you're looking to become a guest on my show, because we ain't got to be in the same studio, we could do it another way, you know, innovation. And if you're looking to advertise with us, listen, slide in my DMs because I would love to partner with you and be a part. Listen, make sure that you are mindful, prayerful, and watching the thieves that are in your life. The enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy, and we are building great families in this season. Great men, great women, and great children. I love y'all. Yeah, I said it, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. Peace.